I'm Holly Menino. First at 11, it is a KOMO weather warn day. Western Washington bracing for not one, but two atmospheric rivers, and that means a lot of rain and the threat of river flooding. A closer look at the weather radar shows you that first storm that's moving in right now. We do begin with Chief Meteorologist Shannon O'Donnell, who's tracking it now in the Weather Center. And Shannon, river flooding likely this week.
Absolutely. And as you mentioned, we've got two surges of rain that will come through. The first one moving into western Washington as we speak, and the second one right on its heels for Tuesday night and into Wednesday morning. This is the Pineapple Express version of an atmospheric river because of its deep subtropical roots. Those are the worst kind because they tap into that very warm, moist air around latitude 20 and bring it all the way on up here into western Washington. That pushes the temperatures up along with the snow levels, and it leads to major river flooding here in western Washington. Our temperatures are already so warm. Look at that, 54 in Olympia, it's 51 in Bellingham and 50 in Seattle. A look at the radar picture showing this rain that is already in place, but if we extend the map here, look at how far back that pushes into the subtropical Pacific, and all of that moisture is heading here into our hometown areas. We're talking about moderate rainfall already coming down around the Olympic Peninsula, over the Kitsap Peninsula, but right now really focused on Morton and Mossy Rock there in the slopes of the Cascades leading on up toward Mount St. Helens. As Holly mentioned, several of our rivers set to hit major flood stage, including the Snoqualmie, the Skagit, and the Puyallup, among several others. Not only will it be a wet and warm, it's also going to be windy. A wind advisory in place for much of the region today, too, including the Puget Sound lowlands. Southwesterly winds gusting 30 to 45. And as we know, we already have the waterlogged soil, a lot more where this is coming from, and you throw some wind on top of that, and that can bring down some trees and lead to some power outages all over again. So bottom line for today, the rain picks up the pace, temperatures back into the mid to the upper 50s, even close to 60 degrees in some locations, windy conditions on top of that. And Holly, this is just round one. Another surge of precipitation later this week. We'll break it down ahead in my next forecast.
Shannon, thank you. And communities near rivers bracing for the threat of flooding as those two atmospheric rivers make their way into western Washington. There's also growing concern about landslides with all the heavy rain that is expected. KOMO's Natalie Fahmy spoke with emergency management officials about getting prepared.
And we're worried. We're concerned about it.
People near rivers all over the state, like the Snohomish, Skagit, and Snoqualmie rivers, are bracing for moderate to major flooding as two atmospheric rivers set in.
We know that the amount of precipitation we're looking at is going to bring our rivers to flood stage.
Director of Snohomish County Department of Emergency Management, Lucia Smith, says the areas impacted could change at any point. So what can you do to prepare? Schmidt says first and foremost, make sure storm drains are clear.
Storm drains are clear, that the system can work well, but a clogged storm drain can create that urban ponding and create urban flooding where we don't anticipate it.
Take valuable items to the highest ground in your house and add supplies to your car should you come across a flooded road.
Warm layers of clothing, food, things so that if you do see that water on the road, you don't have to risk your life to make it through.
But Schmidt says the flooding is not the only concern at play here. Landslides, too, if the soil gets wet enough. She says if there are curved trees on a slope, that means the hill is prone to landslides. And if there are new cracks in the road, soil moving away from the foundation of your house, burst pipes, doors and windows that don't open like they used to, those are all critical signs, too.
You should call 911 and get out of your house immediately, because those are the small precursors you get before a potential catastrophic event.
Yeah. See what happens.
You can also fill sandbags to put by doors outside your house to help stop water from flowing inside. Natalie Fahmy, KOMO News.